Well, we're wrapping up the second day of Asset Day here at the LCS Studios with coverage brought to you by Alienware. I'm joined right now by Wildturtle as well as POE from FlyQuest. POE, you're on FlyQuest now. What was the off-season like for you? Because whenever, I'll say this, there's this like idea that's out there in the ether about you that POE is the guy that waits until the last minute to decide on a team so that he can find the really good offer or something. I don't know if this is something you do or how you ended up on FlyQuest, but I'm curious what the process was like for you.
So I would say the last years I try to do this, where I wait a long time, I try to think about all the pros and cons, think about like until the rosters are a little bit formed and seeing just like what is the best possible like team and obviously this overall like offer, you know. But obviously like this year I think I decided a little bit earlier. I think FlyQuest had like really attractive offer with multiple pros. One of them, as example, is like the reunion with Igna. And I'm really hyped to play with him again. I think it's really great. Like we didn't really meet anymore, I think, since China when we played Worlds. So met him again like yesterday. Then I arrived at the FlyQuest house and
it's like long time no see. Yeah, so you just got back in yesterday?
Yeah, I actually just got back in yesterday.
Okay. Well, welcome back. I would ask how scrims have been going, but I'm guessing you haven't had a chance to do too many of them.
No.
All right.
I just saw them.
So this brings up another question: is as I've been interviewing here, you saw them, you watched from afar.
Yeah.
So who were you guys playing with while you were waiting for POE?
100 Thieves.
No, he means
the player.
You shouldn't say that.
Oh, whatever. Triple.
Okay. Thank you.
Triple, our OCE millionaire.
Yeah.
Thank you for helping us out.
Well, regardless, but you watch from afar and you're going like, this is something we need to work on, or I don't know, maybe you're just keeping track of it.
Yeah, I just watched like a few games, and now I think tomorrow somebody we're gonna start. Right. Gonna be hard.
So this is funny because I feel like a lot of teams are in this situation where we're like a week and a half out from the start of the split, and like TL is still playing with Pobelter. I've heard other players. Hooney just got here yesterday. So it's been. I mean, do you think where the initial games are going to be a little rough because it seems like people haven't had a chance to scrim as much?
100%. I think people are going to be. I think LCS might be really funny this year. Yeah. A lot of people might be running it down a little bit.
Why didn't you do any kind of boot camp? Because I think half the teams decided to do this.
Honestly, I think for us at FlyQuest, we don't really believe in it too much. We kind of just think like that if we just put in the effort, like right when the 5 players are together, it'll matter a lot more. Just because we've done boot camps in the past, and sometimes they don't yield the results we want, and I think it's because we don't really use that practice as well. I think boot camps are good if you're using the practice effectively, but I think here at FlyQuest we don't have the structure down. We don't know how to properly structure a boot camp, and I think that's what makes it boot camp for us like not too favorable.
So I mean, and you were back in Germany, I assume.
Yeah.
Did you have a good chance to good break and kind of reset yourself?
Well, yeah, I spent time with family in France. I have like a really strong connection with my brothers because they both play League as well. It's pretty funny because my little brother is actually 14 and he kind of wants to get pro as well.
Yeah.
He's like grandmaster right now.
Is he gonna? You think he'll do it? Will he play in the? They have like a German league, I assume, right?
Yeah, they have a German league, but I think you're only allowed to play when you're 16, the German league, and 17 LCS. So I think he can probably definitely make German league, but he needs to like obviously still practice and improve, you know?
I mean, that's pretty cool that your brother's like grandmaster at that age and is potentially going to be able to do that. Well, hopefully this interview goes into a future B-roll montage of him as he's like 2 years later, your brother's like
that would be crazy.
Trashing perks and caps in LEC and this clip gets played.
It's the same with Viper's brother, General Sniper. He's like 13 and he's like challenger.
Really?
Yeah,
oh my gosh, that's crazy.
General Sniper, right?
Yeah, General Sniper. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Well, he's a Riven main as well.
It's good to hear that at least we've got like more young players that are.
I hope more show up, but seems hard to find the youngins.
Yeah, well, they're out there somewhere. So we were talking about stuff during the break. I just found out that you were DJing with Broden during the break. He wouldn't tell me about this. Can you explain what happened?
I asked Broden, hey, I like music. I want to get into DJing. He's like, wait, I know how to DJ. You want to help sometime? Sure. and then I started DJing a little bit.
Okay, so he taught you
Yeah.
how to do that.
Yeah.
So we have a DJ in our house. I didn't even know.
A little bit. I'm nothing special.
Yeah, you should do that because, CLG before, whenever he was on the team, used to have Biofrost play piano and a bunch of their stuff. I feel like the new content pieces for FlyQuest could be you DJing.
DJ Turtle.
Yeah, DJ Turtle.
Damn,
That's
you already
sick.
have your name.
Yeah,
Wow.
this is good.
It's just,
I'm excited about this.
it's just Turtle.
All right, well, getting back into the league stuff, how do you think FlyQuest is going to do this year with this lineup? Because I feel like a lot of people say, okay, well, you got the old school teams, they're going to do great, but who knows how FlyQuest or EG or whatever are going to do. How do you feel your team's going to do?
Honestly, I'm feeling pretty confident in my team. I think Ignar and POE were really good pickups for us, and they've worked with each other in the past before. And Ignar is a really good support, and I think good supports are lacking a little bit in North America, so that's why I think we'll have a good edge. We'll just be underdogs coming in, swooping and getting some wins. So.
I feel, just to add on that, I feel like people always say like, oh, like this team is bad on paper, or this team is really good on paper. But I feel like last year when I was playing in CLG, it really showed that like it's not really true. Like in Swing Split, we were like pretty bad. I think we were like 7th place in the end, and like it didn't really work out. And then like it just clicked for us, and suddenly in Summer Split we were like 3rd place, regular split, 3rd place in playoffs. And it just shows that like if you click together as a team, you can just make it work. And like people before said like CLG is pretty bad, and now people say again CLG is pretty good, right? And before that people just like already like say like, oh, CLG is like a bottom team, and now it's back on the top, and I think it can be the same for us.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing how things go. What do you think of the format changes? Because Spring Split now doesn't have championship points. Instead, it's just mostly to qualify to MSI. What's your impression on that change?
I feel like the only thing I dislike is that like now it means that like Spring Split, there's only one team really like qualifying for something, and all the other teams are just like kind of just playing the split, just playing the season stuff. Nothing really you play for besides like trying to improve as much as you can, I think, and be ready for summer, because I think summer is where it all counts now. So MSI is nice overall, getting the experience, like obviously playing on that level, you can always improve as a team and like get to know like all the styles, but I think it's mostly now just to improve.
Okay. And then there's Monday night games. I don't know if you guys have a take on that, if that changes anything for you.
I think Monday night games, I really don't have too many thoughts on it. It's just like additional games.
Well, not additional.
Or not additional, but it's just different, right?
It sounded kind of tricky now to like have the off days. Sad,
Yeah,
right?
I think. The biggest thing is like we might not have an off day anymore, and we might just be working like 7 days a week. That could be a thing now, because I don't think we want to like take a break. For example, if we're scrimming on like Saturday or Sunday where we don't have games, and then we take a break on those days, it feels kind of weird, I think.
Yeah. Like before, it was always you just had Monday off and then you like practice again. So now it's gonna be tricky to like set the off days like in a week. You know?
Well, yeah, I mean, I understand how that can be quite frustrating. What about the changes to the game? I mean, what's very funny to me is that I feel like they seem to have made pretty big changes to the structure of the map and the objectives, but most of the players I'm talking to are like, it's mostly going to be similar to what you saw last year, not too many meta changes. Do you think that's true?
I think they've had changes, like the dragons still affect the game in a different way. It's like 4 new map skins.
Yeah.
You know? Instead of like changing the map or like doing a new map, it's just like new map skins, you know, I feel like.
So you make it sound like it's cosmetic.
Like, not really, like it still affects the game. Like as example, the Ocean Dragon, like if you play Rengar or like Kiana, you definitely feel it. Like you can actually get the blue river spots like in the enemy jungle, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Or like having Rengar and then you have everywhere bushes, it's like pretty broken.
Yeah, I think one thing for me is like I still haven't found a way to use the alcoves properly. Like I think there's more things you can do with it, but I haven't figured it out yet. So.
Yeah. Well, I'm excited to see how that stuff works in LCS for sure. Other than that, I mean, Turtle, you've been with FlyQuest now, and you extended your contract. Maybe you can talk a little bit about your decision to stick with FlyQuest for longer.
Honestly, I just like FlyQuest as a home. I think even though we haven't done that much or that well competitively in the past, I feel like it's something we can build here, and moving forward, like we can create a competitive team. And essentially, I don't like to jump teams too much, honestly. So I've only ever been on like two LCS teams in the past, Immortals and TSM. So I'm not really a huge fan of just like constantly jumping teams to look for like the best offer. So I just decided like, hey, FlyQuest is my home. I'm gonna be here and create the best of the situation.
How have you seen the team change over the years?
It's been major changes. We just got our new facility, our new office that we're going to be showcasing pretty soon. And we got the addition of POE and Ignar as well, which is pretty big moves for FlyQuest themselves. I just think we're just always making positive changes overall.
That's awesome. Well, is there anything you guys want to say to any of the FlyQuest fans out there about what's coming next year?
We're going green.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have the greenhouse, that's how we call it.
Our new facility is called the greenhouse. So.
Awesome. Well, I can't wait to check it out. Thank you guys so much for the interview. Really appreciate it. Looking forward to seeing the team play over the course of this year. For everyone else, you can check out the rest of my coverage of all things esports right here on my YouTube channel. Thanks so much to Alienware for sponsoring that interview just now. Really appreciate them. Movement as well. Alienware's got a bunch of cool stuff. They showed some really cool things over at CES. You can go check out their site and the link below. That actually helps me out a ton whenever you do that. Alienware.com/Travis. And by the way, please subscribe to the channel. We're trying to hit 200K subscribers this year. It's really helpful. 200K in 2020 would be fantastic. And we've got a ton of LCS coverage coming, so that really helps us out. Either way, thank you so much for watching this video, and we'll catch you next time.